Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has already decided on his transfer targets. It's not mentioned who Solskjaer wants, but we want a striker, a right winger, a right back and a centre half. According to the Manchester Evening News, Solskjaer wants 4 signings. Now there's a lot of players that Manchester United are linked with. Now it looks like Jaden Sancho is coming to Manchester United. Sky in Germany said yesterday that Jaden Sancho is imminent to Manchester United. Jaden Sancho will leave Borussia Dortmund, providing that Dortmund get the right fee. We want to include success bonuses. Jaden Sancho to Manchester United could be completed next week, in addition to a second bid. We just need to come to an agreement now on a fee with Dortmund. Dortmund are demanding around £78 million plus add-ons. Fabrizio Romano said the other day that we reached an agreement with Jaden Sancho's camp. You know, the personal terms have been agreed and a contract until 2026 has been agreed. Sancho will get around £350,000 a week at Manchester United. That will make him the second highest paid player at the club. We had an opening offer of £67 million rejected for Sancho. The other day, Jaden Sancho's camp said they think his move to Manchester United is a done deal. In Dortmund, they think it could happen next week. And the Athletic sense that a deal for Jaden Sancho should get done. Sancho actually did say that he wanted his future resolved before the start of the Euros. Obviously, the Euros has already started. Borussia Dortmund have been looking for replacements. Dortmund have said that Sancho will remain with them if we've not matched their valuation for Sancho by the end of July. I'm convinced we're going to get Sancho this time around, because Dortmund have lowered their asking price from what they was demanding last summer. Because last summer Dortmund were demanding £108 million and we was reluctant to meet that valuation. But last summer Sancho was our #1 priority target, and Sancho to Man United last year was extremely close, because the personal terms had been agreed, the agent fees had been agreed and a contract had been agreed. Dortmund set a deadline last year. You know, we had until the 10th of August to sign the player. We missed out on that deadline, so he remained at Dortmund. But we've been in for Sancho now for like the last 2 years or so. So it has been a long-running transfer saga. There's always been something in Sancho to Manchester United, because it has been stemming from reliable journalists, you know, Fabrizio Romano. He's spoken a lot about the Sancho saga, and so too has Christian Fark from Bild. He'll be a great signing for Manchester United. Sancho has endured 4 years at Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund paid just £7 million for him from Man City, so Dortmund are going to make a huge profit on the player. And he's got a contract with Dortmund until 2023. It says if we fail to sign Sancho, we will look to make a move for Kingsley Coman from Bayern Munich, as an alternative. Kieran Trippier, he's another player that Manchester United have been linked with. Diego Simeone insists that he has no intentions of selling Kieran Trippier this summer. Atletico Madrid have revealed their asking price for Kieran Trippier. They want £30 million. Football Insider said that we had an opening offer of £10 million rejected for Kieran Trippier. We're hoping to get him for £15 to £20 million. Kieran Trippier told his England teammates last week that he wants to join Manchester United. We reignited negotiations. Trippier has been house hunting, so reflect on that. That's fueled speculation. Everton have been interested in Trippier, and so too have Arsenal. We was in for him in the January transfer window, but we cooled our interest because he got banned by FIFA for 8 weeks for breaching betting rules. Atletico Madrid paid £20 million for Kieran Trippier from Tottenham, and his current contract expires next year. Trippier won the La Liga with Atletico Madrid last season. He's highly experienced. He's 30 years of age. The reason we want Trippier is because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been unhappy with Wan-Bissaka's attacking output. Wan-Bissaka is the only recognised senior right back at Manchester United at the moment. We've been relentlessly linked with Rafael Varane from Real Madrid. I don't know if Man United are going to get him, but I can assure that he's leaving Real Madrid. He's refusing a contract at Real Madrid. Fabrizio Romano revealed that not so long ago. And it said Man United offered Varane a salary that Real Madrid cannot match. It's €12 million a year, which equates to just over 10 million in pounds sterling. Varane's current contract expires next year. His contract talks at Real Madrid though stalled a while ago. Mundo Deportivo said the other day that Real Madrid lowered their asking price for Rafael Varane. They will accept around £43 million, which is a bargain. Towards the end of last season, Real Madrid were demanding £60 million. And they did reject a £40 million bid. Before the Euros began, Varane spoke out on his future, and he did mention that it would be unlikely that his future would be resolved for the summer's European Championships. And Man United have held talks with his representatives. Romano mentioned towards the end of last season that Varane was the main name on our list, and we was waiting to see what happened with his situation at Real Madrid. We went in for Varane 10 years ago under Ferguson, and Woodward was prepared to sanction a £100 million move for him back in 2018. Varane would be a great signing for Manchester United because we need a centre-half. We need someone who's going to complement Harry Maguire in our back line, and certainly Varane and Harry Maguire would complement each other very, very well. Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced. He would exceed expectations in the Premier League. Got a great pedigree as well as a player. He's won like 18 major honours at Real Madrid. So yeah, and Varane's been a long servant at Real Madrid. He's been with them now for over 10 years. He's made over 300 appearances in all competitions. Madrid paid just €10 million for him from Lens back in 2011. Harry Kane, he's also on our agenda as well. He said not so long ago that Solskjaer wants Harry Kane. Harry Kane wants to leave Tottenham. Where will he be playing next season? Now, it said last month, this was stemming from Ian McGarry on the Transfer Window podcast. He said Man United are prepared to double Harry Kane's wages to around £400,000 a week. And he said we would pay an 18 million signing on fee to compensate any loss of his earnings on his Tottenham contract. And it actually said that we was willing to offer Harry Kane £200 million plus the captaincy. Now, last month, Harry Kane put in a transfer request. Man United, Man City and Chelsea all contacted his representatives. It's going to take an offer of around £150 million to convince Tottenham to do business. Harry Kane did say, didn't he, back in April, that he wants to win team trophies. He said that after Tottenham's Carabao Cup final defeat to Man City. Tottenham have not won a trophy for like 13 years now. Daniel Levy last month slapped a £200 million asking price on Kane. £200 million is a British record fee. Daniel Levy doesn't want Tottenham to sell Harry Kane, and he was furious with Harry Kane for going public with his desire to leave, because last month, Kane got interviewed by Gary Neville regarding his future, and Neville obviously came out and named 3 players that Man United could offer to Tottenham as part of a swap deal for Kane. Kane is regarded as one of the best strikers in the world. He's a prolific goal scorer. He won the Golden Boot last season. Kane's won the Golden Boot now 3 times. He's remained loyal to Tottenham for so long. You know, he's been with them for 17 years. That's a long time. You know, came up their academy, been in their senior squad since 2009. Kane has got a contract with Tottenham till 2024. He's on around £200,000 a week. He's had loan spells before with Leyton Orient, Millwall, Norwich and Leicester. Saul Niguez from Atletico Madrid, he's on our agenda. Man United and Juventus are in for him. Man United have always dreamed of signing Saul Niguez. He said Atletico will accept around £69 million. Saul Niguez has a release clause of £129 million. He's got a contract with Atletico till 2026, because back in 2017 he signed a 9-year deal. But yeah, this summer transfer window is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. And he is aware of how big this summer transfer window is for himself and Manchester United in general. It's very imperative Solskjaer gets the players he wants to recommend in. The other week, Solskjaer had been given a 150 million transfer budget to buy around 4 or 5 new players, and our board are backing Solskjaer with a new 3-year contract and summer signings despite the Europa League final loss. If we recruit well in this summer transfer window, I am convinced we can challenge for the title next season. Because next season is massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United. I'd say next season Solskjaer's got to win a trophy at Man United if he is to remain Man United manager. He's not yet won a trophy, and we haven't won a trophy for 4 years now. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Next season will be Solskjaer's 3rd full season, because he's enjoyed 2 full seasons at the moment, and he's been in charge of Man United for almost 30 months, which is over 2 years. We're going to offload players in this summer transfer window. So in that aspect we'll generate money, and it will help us with our rebuilding process. Now I think there's a good chance that we're going to offload Anthony Martial. Solskjaer has put Martial up for sale. Solskjaer is fed up with his poor attitude. Journalist Duncan Castle said yesterday that Anthony Martial has been offered to Real Madrid, as Martial's agent is looking to move him away from the club. A season-long loan with an option to buy has been proposed. But a lot of United fans want Martial to go because he's no longer good enough to represent the club. You know, Martial's been at Manchester United for 6 years. He's scored 78 goals in 258 games in all competitions. He's under contract with Man United until 2024. There's an option of a further year. We got him in a deal worth 58 million from Monaco back in 2015. And at one point, Solskjaer gave Martial that number 9 shirt. I reckon Martial's had 2 good seasons. He was good the season before last, and he was good in his debut season under Van Gaal. Martial was out with a knee injury for a while. But there again, not so long ago, it said that Solskjaer made his decision on Martial's future, and he told the Glazers he wants Martial to stay because he believes he's got a big role to play for next season. I reckon if we sold Martial permanently in this summer transfer window, we could get around 30 to 35 million pounds, maybe even more. I think we need to offload Juan Mata. Whether we're doing it, I do not know, because Mike McGrath from the Telegraph said not so long ago that Juan Mata was in talks with Man United over an extension on his contract. Juan Mata's current contract expires at the end of the month. Solskjaer said at the end of last season that no decision was made on Juan Mata's future. Juan Mata has been at Manchester United for 7 years now, being a long servant. He's done well. Got him in a deal worth 40 million from Chelsea in 2014. Brought him in under the David Moyes era. The first part of last season, Mata rejected an 18 million a year contract offer to play in Saudi Arabia. Doesn't really get in our 11, and my element of concern about Mata, he's lost that yard of pace and he's ageing up. Donny van de Beek, I'm expecting us to offload him. I give you the news on Donny van de Beek on the video I did earlier on today. Arsenal have made contact with Manchester United over signing Donny van de Beek. Arsenal are in search for a central midfielder because Martin Odegaard and Ceballos have returned to Real Madrid, and Granit Xhaka has agreed to join Roma. Man United and Arsenal have done business with each other before. He said not so long ago that Donny van de Beek was set for showdown talks with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer over his future, but he said towards the end of last season that we will reject any offers for Donny van de Beek. So reflecting on that, we are reluctant to let him go. He did get ruled out of the Euros through injury. Van de Beek's only endured one full season at Man United. He's made 36 appearances in all competitions. Most of them appearances have come from the bench. I recall Van de Beek starting 4 games in the league last season. You know, we got him in a deal worth £40 million from Ajax last year. He's got a contract with Man United until 2025. Van de Beek is versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. Matic, we could offload him in this summer transfer window. I've got my strong reservations about Matic. He's always been a slow player and he's ageing up, and he isn't one of our first choice midfielders, Matic, but despite that, he still gets his chances. Matic has been at the club for just over 4 years now. Got him for £40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. Paul Pogba, you know, could offload him in this summer transfer window. I hope we don't though. Apparently now we've put Dean Henderson up for sale. We'll make a bad mistake if we get rid of Dean Henderson. Williams, I think we should loan him out to gain him more experience and give him a lot more opportunities. Seldom plays at Man United. We need to offload Phil Jones. We obviously need to get rid of Diego Dalot permanently. We need to get rid of Andres Pereira permanently. And want to get rid of Lingard permanently, but Lingard's recently had a meeting with Solskjaer, and Lingard's told Solskjaer that he wants to stay at Manchester United. But these good players at Manchester United and these players that have really, really improved. You know, Dean Henderson, he's a very, very good goalkeeper. You know, he did well in a lot of the games he was in goal for last season. We made the right decision putting him as our number 1. Luke Shaw, he's very, very good. He's improved. He was our best player last season, was Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's had a good career at Man United despite his injuries. He's been at the club now for like 7 years, and he still remains our first choice left back despite the arrival of Tellez. You know, Harry Maguire, he's good when he wants to be. He was a big miss towards the end of last season because he had that ligament damage in his ankle. He sustained the ankle injury in our 3-1 win against Villa. We overpaid for Maguire though. We got him in a deal worth £80 million from Leicester. The most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and the second most expensive signing at the club, behind Pogba. I think Bailly is a good centre-half, but he's just too injury-prone, so in that aspect he's a liability. Towards the end of last season, Eric Bailly signed a new contract with Man United until 2024. Been at the club a few years now. We got Eric Bailly in a deal worth £30 million from Villarreal. And Wan-Bissaka, he's improved as well. Defensively, he's always been superb, but Wan-Bissaka has got to show more in the attacking third of the pitch. But there was some games last season where he did show some good attacking intent. He got into some good positions and he put good crosses into the box. Wan-Bissaka's now enjoyed 2 full seasons at Man United. We got him in a deal worth £50 million from Palace in the summer of 2019. One of the best right-backs we've had though since Gary Neville. I think Scott McTominay, he's a decent player. Pogba, we've been getting the best out of him in recent months. I hope Pogba signs a new contract. Well, Sky Sports recently said that Man United opened talks with Pogba's representatives over a new contract. Paul Pogba insists that he's not in contract negotiations. We fear losing Paul Pogba on a free transfer. We fear that he's running down his contract to leave on a free. Pogba's current contract expires next year because last season we triggered that 1-year extension on his contract. Bruno Fernandes, obviously he's very, very good as well. He's made the difference in this team. In a lot of his games at Man United, he has been very, very consistent. But there has been quite a few games where he's looked off the pace. That's because we've overplayed him. Not so long ago, Bruno Fernandes won Player of the Year. He's won Player of the Month quite a few times as well. Predominantly plays as a number 10. He's been with us now around 16, 17 months. Said towards the end of last season that Bruno Fernandes will sign a new contract at Man United worth £200,000 a week. So reflecting on that, we're going to double his wages. Fernandes admitted he's been happy with the progress of Solskjaer's team. Mason Greenwood, he's been an absolute revelation since he broke into our senior squad. Despite him going a long period without scoring, there's going to be a problem though with Mason Greenwood if we do get Jaden Sancho in. Edison Cavani, he's been superb since he came in. I'm glad he's staying for next season, Cavani. Fabrizio Romano said towards the end of last season that Cavani signed a 1-year deal. Marcus Rashford, he's good when he wants to be, but he's enjoyed quite a few bad periods and he was poor towards the end of last season. I think we need to keep Marcus Rashford out on the left because that's where he's more effective. So there you go. But I am Ollie Solskjaer in at the moment. I think he does deserve next season. And there's quite a lot of United fans that are Ollie in, but obviously there's been some Man United fans demanding Ollie out, especially after that Europa League final loss against Villarreal. But I can assure you he isn't the long-term manager for Man United. But he is our best manager since Ferguson. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe. As always, take care, God bless, see you all again very, very soon.